How's it going, guys? Cracked motherfucking butthole sucking on your cock. Literally sucking on your cock until sperm comes out of my ear holes. Here. I decided I'm going to censor the swearing because YouTube is so strict when it comes to swearing that if you swear at all, they'll just shut your video down. So we're gonna censor it, then we can swear as many times as we fucking want. Literally, when I censor it, I can literally say, oh, I'm so fucking glad that that stupid bitch, Susan Wojcicki, is. So, now that we can swear our little brains out, and our brains are very little, we're going to talk about how I ruined Pastel Belle's life. Yes, we're going to talk about how I destroyed her social media career and her life. So basically, if you're lucky, if you're a person who doesn't have trauma, Pastel Belle is somebody you don't know. I unfortunately knew her and was like internet friends with her for 2 unfortunate weeks. Some people theorize that I just want to have sex with Pastel Belle and I'm just putting on a mask because secretly I just want to raid her panty drawer, and I want to say that that is true. No, I'm just kidding. It's not true. I think she's so unattractive. I mean, just mentally, spiritually, physically, in every aspect, and we're going to take a look at why and why I canceled her. I canceled the canceller, basically. So Pastel Belle was this freckly, red-haired, sun-shining little girl. I mean, she was this beautiful little girl. Whoa, hold on, that sounds really weird. She was this young girl who made these videos about people being pedophiles. So she'd be like, all right, guys, I just want to let you know that Davi Vanity from Blood on the Dance Floor is a horrible pedophile who orally rapes little girls, and he's out there in Florida, and we need to lynch him. And that was basically the gist of it. And she'd also do these interviews where she'd be like, where did R. Kelly touch you? She'd be talking to like someone's victim, some pedophile's victim, and the victim would be like, right here, and they'd point to their boobs. And Pastel Belle would be like, oh my god. Well, her channel had a huge rise really, really fast. I was really surprised at how fast her channel grew. I actually knew when her channel was really, really small. She basically made these videos where she's like, all right, we're going to talk about the time that I was a lesbian and we're going to do my makeup. And it was boring and no one gave a shit about it, obviously, because why would they? And so then she escalated things to where she was like, okay, actually, we're going to talk about the biggest rapists in the world. And I thought it was cool. I actually thought it was interesting. But the way she went about it was so horrible. I thought it was really cool that she was bringing awareness to thousands and thousands of subscribers she pretty much got overnight to, obscure things like Davi Vanity and, all that's about it. I just thought she was a great Davi Vanity reporter, but there were some real problems. For one, she came into contact with me. She found my comedy video. I was making like comedy videos about Davi Vanity because I guess I was just insane and just mentally ill and just had no empathy. So I was like, ha, 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 about the whole thing. And she commented on my video. She must not have understood it was a joke because she was like, this is great. This is wonderful. And I couldn't believe she actually was taking me seriously. I was like, really? You actually care? Okay, so I got into contact with her. And it somehow escalated into me getting an interview with her, which I really don't know how that happened because there was absolutely no relevance of me with any of these rapists. I had more in common with the rapists, honestly, than the victims. But she still platformed me, and all was good until somebody or something, I don't know who, somebody in her crew was like, oh, I know who that is. You can't post him. He's gross. And so she was like, all right, well, I guess I won't post the interview. By the way, in the interview, I had like a leather jacket on, and I had my hair greased back. I thought it looked so cool. I looked like one of the Scream killers. But anyways, she didn't post it, so that was a red flag. So I was like, whatever. So I just ignored it. And then I just started talking to her generally, like as a person. And basically, I learned that she was plotting to expose this rock singer called William Control, who's like this creepy ass fucking rock singer who just wants to touch people's pussies and control their pussies forever. He's a really weird guy, I won't deny that. I mean, it's in his name. But at the end of the day, there's no real hard evidence against him, and it really did look like a smear campaign to me. So when I found out she was gonna cancel him, I decided, I need to do something about this. You see, I had some narcissism myself. I really did, and it was unwarranted. So I was crazy. So I was basically like, wait a minute, so she won't post something about me because she's heard bad news about me and she believes it, and she's gonna go after this guy who's to say I'm not next. So my logic was like, I have to fucking kill this bitch. I have to fucking stab her to fucking death. Then I need to fucking chop her up into little fucking bits, put her in a fucking bag, and toss her into the ocean. Because if I don't, she's gonna ruin my social media reputation. And that she did, but we'll get into that later. So, basically, I was like, okay, so first things first, I need to contact William Control. So I contacted William Control, and he was just a weirdo. He was just offensive and weird. He wasn't very nice to me. He probably did appreciate that I told him this and thwarted her plot, which was really extreme behavior, honestly, but he never showed it. He was just he did talk to me for a while, which is pretty cool, but he just acted really entitled. So, maybe he did those girls. But anyways, I saved William Control's life. Then I was like, okay, now I need to show my dominance. I need to show my dominance. So, I made a commentary video about Pastel Belle, pretty much identical to this, but much meaner. I was like really bullying her, even though she really didn't deserve it that much. I mean, she really didn't deserve the level that she got. But that's what you get when you poke around the Davi Vanity William Control rabbit hole, okay? You run into shady characters. I just happen to be one of those shady characters. And basically, this commentary video blew the fuck up. I think it was just called the Pastel Belle rant, which was one of the millions of Pastel Belle videos that I would be making. Honestly, I think Pastel Belle wishes she could go back in time and ignore this, because what happened next was unbelievable destruction. And I do believe I am at the root cause of it. So basically, at this point, my Pastel Belle rant was just me being like, oh, Pastel Belle's a bitch, her content sucks, and she's mean. And people seeing, it was the first call-out video of her. There were maybe like a handful of weird, creepy men in their basement, like ranting about her with like 50 views. But I was the first actual Pastel Belle criticism, and it wasn't in good faith. It was totally a bomb, an algorithm bomb, and it worked. I basically just used people's hatred of young women's opinions and just like made her look like the most evil person ever. Now, don't get me wrong, she was sketchy, but I definitely exaggerated it to the fullest extent because I was a psychopath. So the Pastel Belle rant got like 10 to 15,000 views in a day, and I ended up deleting it. And I wish I didn't. Darn it. But I was young, and I got scared by the backlash. Basically, Pastel Belle saw it. She freaked out. She made a post to all of her followers, like, indicting me as, like, some potential rapist. I'm not kidding. She, like, hated my guts. Thousands of people were like, oh, this guy's a rapist. He's gonna rape somebody today. And it's just like, guys, stop exposing me. So basically, at this point, I really hated Pastel Belle. I wanted her dead at this point, which I regret. No, there was no reason to let my anger get the best of me. But then I made a rap diss track against her. And in this rap diss track, I had a fucking chainsaw. Yeah, chainsaw. And I was like running around with this chainsaw, like making sex jokes about her.
I hear the fucking babbling of self-important gingers.
She developed like a CTE from my rap video. Some Ordinary Gamers, if you know him, he's like that really shitty commentary YouTuber. He came into the picture, it was like, oh my god, look at this injustice. And he showed my rap video. And a bunch of other wild ass things happened. I can't even believe some of the stuff that happened. And ultimately, it started a bomb. So many people were talking about Pastel Belle and my negative opinions of her. Other people, I'm not going to say I inspired it, but I do think that I got people thinking about her. They started making hate videos about her, and then others started making hate videos about her. And then it escalated to Turkey Tom, who had like 1 million subscribers or whatever, making a video about her, and she was done at that point. At that point, when you get Turkey Tom on board, you're fucking dead. You've been murdered. So that's pretty much what happened. And after a while, she just deleted her channel. It was like she had been bludgeoned to death through YouTube. I've never seen somebody fall that hard in my life. And not, like even Alchemist Area came back. You remember Alchemist Area? Even he came back after 10 years of being in the, the grave like Jason Voorhees. But not Pastel. She refuses to come back. I have not seen a single peep from her, and You know, you could say it's from the Turkey Tom video. You could say it's from, and yeah, you know, it's all that stuff, all the drama, all the hatred. But the real truth of the matter, she left because of my sex music video about her where I was peeing on her face. And that's just the real truth of the matter. She left because of my sex video. And not just this, I thwarted her plots. I had so many of her different plots of what she wanted to do, and I thwarted all of it. So she pretty much had no place. She could have made, you know, she had no YouTube career. If she was still around, what would she even be doing? Oh, hey guys, Pastel Belle here. We're gonna make Davi Vanity rape interview number 6,000. So that's really all. See ya.